I think that might be a good place to end that.
Mm-hmm.
I
And it.
think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kayla, I like what you did there. Like, I had this friend that got stronger.
Yes.
Super strong. She's
Super
super
strong.
buff.
Right.
Got
Yeah.
fucking swole.
You should see her with her
Yeah.
shirt off.
Used to be a tech nerd.
Yeah. Like I don't
And now she
get
has
to the
muscle.
gym that much, but like suddenly.
That's why Callie's always wearing like long sleeve flannel or
You
whatever.
you like that?
Nice.
I forgot about the tech part. I had to use it as like a hacking.
You could
Either way, it
have
implies.
used that. It
Right,
implies-
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking we're rewriting history a little bit here. Right. In a way, we're rewriting history.
Oh.
Mm.
It's
Your personal-
interesting to think about, like, just a quick aside. Like, as I'm playing through that, like how that affects Alex as a character. So these scenes are kind of interesting to play in that way.
Mhm.
What it
Yeah.
informs about how I've played and how I may play in the future when we get back to where we left off.
Ooh, yeah.
Did
Enid
Alex-
is gonna be speechless.
Well, I was
at
gonna
just
ask, did
hearing-
Alex
yeah.
tell Enid? Is this the first time Enid is actually hearing it out loud? Because
Yep.
okay,
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Somewhere in the abyss, you just hear from Enid, "What the fuck?"
No one's ever heard Enid swear before.
What the fuck?
Very quietly, like a little mouse.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that's good. So good scenes.
Definitely.
Menachem, did that, like, thanks for that little bit of guidance. Like, how do we get the power back from the demons a little bit? That's where I was like, I wanted to end with, I'm not going to give up.
Right.
I'm going
Mhm.
to find her.
The not hopeless, like.
Yeah, to
Peace.
take away like the helplessness feeling there a little bit that comes with grief, right?
Right.
Mhm.
They're trying to take us out of the fight, but
Yeah.
we're not going to let them.
All right, so shall we check out?
Yeah, where do we want to go from here? I don't know. I wanted to give other people a chance, or if that might be a good place to.
Hmm.
That's probably a
And-
good place.
Well,
We've
yeah, I
been
was
ending around now
Yeah,
for checkout.
I think it's a good spot because then next time we could do 2, and then when Tim is back, we could do Tim and the last person,
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
and then our finale.
Mhm.
Okay, then we're going to check out. So I'm going to put the questions here for everybody to see. And at checkout, we're going to answer these 3 questions briefly. And the same way, pass it on to somebody else. Who wants to go?
I'll jump into it first here. Why not? It's all very fresh in my head also. So, what did I appreciate about my play tonight? Allowing myself to be emotional, allowing my character to be emotional a bit. What I appreciate about someone else's play, I really like the way that, because I feel like it was mostly Enid and Alex tonight, but I liked the way that everybody else jumped in and started playing other characters, started playing some of the I want to call them pillars, but that's galactic now.
Entourage.
Settings.
The
Settings.
settings. Yes, thank you. I would say the scenes. That's not right. The settings. Yeah, pick those things up. I really appreciate the way that everyone else picked those up, played them. It really made it flow. And yeah, Kayla, I really liked you just being like, I got this friend that's really strong now. I thought that was a great way to tie like Callie and like the other
Yeah.
characters, even though they weren't there, into it. What will I take with me from today's game? You know, there's this. thing that keeps coming up in games that I play, it seems like recently, and I don't feel like I'm intending it to be, but I'm leaning into it, is grief. And yeah, there's personal reasons for that as well. But yeah, I mean, 2020 has been kind of a heck of a year, and
Yeah, there's been a lot of grief for everybody.
yeah, so maybe it's part of me processing through some emotions from the year as well. But I keep taking these little bits from the games that I play, um, and they stay with me, and that's, I think it's a good thing. And it's helped me in those ways. So, and what advice would my character give me, or what did I learn from my character? What advice would my character give me? I'm thinking about what Menachem was saying, like, how do we overcome, I mean, these figurative or literal demons that are trying to disrupt us, right? But there's some figurative pieces there. And I think from that, like, don't give up. Don't just get lost in the abyss, right? So my character would probably tell me just like, you got this, keep going. Don't give it up. So, all right.
Okay.
Somebody else. Sorry, that one was a little heavy, but that's where I'm at
Sometime.
right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't apologize. That one was a little heavy. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, good for you. I can go next. What did I appreciate about my play today? I feel pretty good about staying in character. I feel like I stayed in character. So I'm happy about that. So I think I appreciate that the most, and really just like leaning into the nervousness and awkwardness and feeling uncomfortable. So that was great. What did I appreciate about someone else's play? I really liked having a best friend try to calm me down. I've never actually experienced that. I've typically been on the other side, so it was really like weird, but it was great. Having somebody to lean on to, that was really comfortable. So thanks for that, Lara. What will I take with me from today's game? I think I will. I guess I just. I think it's really interesting to kind of see like Alex's perspective on things and Enid's perspective on things and the relationship, and I think both of them have very different ideas of what that relationship is. And that's pretty cool to see. So that's something that I think I'll take with me for today. And what advice would my character give to me, or what did I learn from my character? I think what I learned was that just because you don't think that anybody notices you or cares about you, you might still influence people in a big way that you're totally unaware of. And since Enid is going to be seeing all of these flashbacks, seeing Alex's flashback, I think is going to be like a huge kind of like a wake up call. Like, wait a minute, I didn't even think he remembered me. And I'm surprised that he really didn't throw that picture out in the garbage, because she really did expect that he would do that.
It was framed, Enid.
I know.
Framed.
It was framed.
Framed.
Like real art. and it's just doodles, so yeah, so that's Enid. And I think we popcorn to others, so I'm gonna popcorn to Kayla.
Okay. What did I appreciate about my play today? I feel like I got to play a lot of different NPCs, and that was fun. Yeah, I appreciated that. What did I appreciate about someone else's play? I really appreciated the way Dustin leaned into the way you leaned into the emotion. I think really set that section of the scene. That second scene. I mean both scenes really, but helped set it. So I appreciated that. Cuz you could have played it differently, right? Like it could have come out in a different way. What will I take with me from today's game? I think I'm going to be thinking about Cass and Alex's bathtub bathtub interaction probably for over the week. I mean, probably for a couple days. I really liked that. So I think the way
Wasn't it-
friendship, right, can show up in unexpected ways sometimes.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I didn't think about that until you're just gonna climb in the tub with
Yeah.
him. Like, well, it's kind of awkward, but it's also like okay,
It was
like
what would his
Best
what
friend.
would Alex's absolute best friend do?
yeah.
She would get in the bathtub. What advice would my character give me, or what did I learn from my character? Well, Lucian didn't really play into today much. So I think,
Could be Lucian's reaction to the
Or-
seeds, or it could be
grab
what you
something from
learned
one of the-
from another character.
Or
Just
yeah,
to
no,
grab
I was
from one of the
thinking about
characters you
that.
played.
I'm thinking about that. I think in general, I think the advice Cass would give would be kind of along the lines of being okay to be vulnerable and to offer ourselves to others, right? When they need us. Yeah, that's it.
I like it.
Who's left?
Me and Menachem.
All right, let's go with Lara.
All right. What did I appreciate about my play today? I really enjoyed playing Jasmine for both of your scenes. That was kind of cool.
That was fun.
Yeah. Because Jasmine would be different for each person, right? She's Enid's best friend and just kind of knows Alex and didn't really text him until then. So but just knows who he is.
Right.
Like everyone knows who he is. What did I appreciate about someone else's play? I really like Dustin. I really like the way you leaned into the vulnerability of Alex because I don't think any of the rest of us see that part of him. And Callie,
true.
has
Now
been
we
like-
do.
Now we do, and Callie has
Now we
been
do.
like, what do you like? She knows that you're like the top guy in school or whatever, but doesn't really subscribe. Like, I think their relationship just started forming, and now she's gonna realize, oh wait, there's another side to Alex.
Yeah, it's been hard to
Um,
play that. Like, how do you play the home life and like, some of those things that I picture Alex has been through, but like we haven't been able to play
Right.
any of that out in the game. So this,
Right.
yeah, it was a great
Mhm.
little opportunity to do that. I'm glad I got the
Right.
opportunity to.
I'll be
play it.
curious to see how Crow responds to seeing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I love the scenes with Alex and his dad. That was it. Really just kind of set a scene of you know, the
That was
culture.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that he has to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to see the other side of Alex Price the third. Um, what will I take with me from today's game? I think the theme that I took from today's game is like doesn't like you said grief, but also the things left unsaid.
Mm.
And in the grieving processes I've had in my life, that's a big thing that's come up. The things left unsaid are the last things you said, the last interactions. And so
Mhm.
I've been working through some of that through the interactions that y'all have had tonight. Um, and what advice would my character give me, or what did I learn from my character? I think Jasmine would tell me, "You've got this, right? You know what you're
Got
doing.
this.
You've got this."
And then many emojis.
And then many
Many,
emojis, many
many,
emojis, like rapid
many.
fire emojis. I don't know how my niece does it. Uh,
Sometimes I just
um,
pick random ones because I don't know what I'm actually doing.
I like to like curate my emojis. I have to think about it and search through and figure it out. But
I've
yeah,
got a couple go-tos.
right? Yeah. All right, Menachem, what you got?
I appreciated getting to play the nanny and give her some little sass, like just,
It was
real quick,
great.
small scene. It was fun to play that. Um,
Thank you for that. Yeah, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
and then I really, really kind of, it was fun and interesting in a good way to watch how we came to what we're doing here tonight. Right, the idea that we're being challenged by these demons. Right, we're gonna flash back. We're gonna flash back to seeing them that have emotional content, and then we're gonna. It turns out it's the demons challenging us to try and take us out of the game. I loved how that developed as a group. Each person contributed little bits to that thing coming
Mm.
out. And this idea of rewriting your history is a thing I've talked about with people the last couple of days. That memory is all we have, and memory is fact in that regard, because all we know about our past is what we remember. And this idea, it was really fun to watch you guys, Enid and Alex, rewrite your histories. I think it feels like Enid kind of ended up where we knew she was in a way, but Alex is really like literally rewriting his story in this moment that's happening before the final battle. Right, so we get a whole new Alex probably coming out of this scene,
Mm.
and we all are going to have a different perception. I really enjoyed and appreciated that you guys playing that out. What I take from today's game, I think it's the thing about rewriting history, but also I'm going to be real meta for a moment, in that I'm really thinking about what it means to be streaming, and
Yeah.
how do we stream, and like, do we just keep playing like we always played, or are there certain things that we should pay attention to as we're streaming that we would and do differently or not? And how different does it feel when the camera's on, so to speak? The camera's always on Zoom, right? But how does it feel now when the camera's on, and what do we have to do? Do we want to be more professional? Do we want to be just ourselves and let people find us? So I'm thinking about those kind of meta questions about streaming. The only thing I can learn to think about advice my character would give me is this loosely related to how Chloe handled killing the janitor. Like, don't solve your problems the way I do. Don't get
It
blood on your
seems like
hands.
advice that Chloe would give.
Yeah.
I think the problem was more that Chloe got blood on the floor, not on
But that was later. That was a
their
different
hands. Yeah.
one. That was the second time I killed the
time.
janitor.
Chloe's killed the same guy twice.
Yeah.
Wonder what that feels like.
Mm.
Maybe I don't know. I had a different idea where I was going to go for my scene next time. Maybe I'll go to that.
Oh.
Way to find
We'll
out.
see. We'll see. I got to figure it out. I'll think about it during the 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
We just have to be a little bit careful with that because we want to make sure we follow the lines and the veils.
yeah. So I may just go with my turning event, but I don't know how that. We'll see. Now I, thanks to you guys
Options.
being the guinea pigs, I know how to think about what my flashback is.
Yeah.
It's just something the demons are going to try and psych me out, and I'm gonna say
Yeah.
fuck you, and because Chloe would swear. And yeah. So to
I'm
end,
almost just like Chloe's so old that I'm almost just imagining Chloe being like, we start to get a flashback of like Chloe or something, and it's just like you just hear out loud,
No.
"Fuck you," and then it ends. Once Chloe realizes what's happening suddenly, and it's just like, "No, I'm not playing your stupid fucking
Right.
games."
Do you know how old I am?
I'm
I
older than
invented this
you.
game.
Probably.
You're gonna try to do a flashback? F
Nah.
you.
that would be fun.
I do appreciate that we chose to do Enid and Alex. I feel like it gave it more
Mhm.
Yeah,
punch. 8.
that was the way to go. Definitely, I
It
agree.
was the way to go.
I've always like wondered what it was like, because we had bits and pieces, but we didn't have all the details, and being able to flesh it out was great because it helped me to kind of understand a little bit more Alex's perspectives and also Enid's perspective, and and her sense of resourcefulness. I feel like I learned a little bit more about Enid just by playing this out, and so that was great.
Yeah, it really helped me with Alex as a character because I'm thinking about like when we flash back and we snap back into our bodies and what's happening, right? Like Alex remembering, shit, I said I wasn't gonna give up, right? Like that, like it gives Alex a little more charge and it helps me understand his character a little more of what he's doing, why he's
Mhm.
doing it, why he decided to join these people that he really didn't really know too well before this.
Well, and the group gets to see, more daily human elements of each other, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna be less of characters to each other and more people.
yeah. Yeah, I had a few ideas of what was gonna. I didn't know. I was actually one of my thoughts was like a scene of Alex at Enid's funeral. Um, but yeah, it was the way things played out differently. So
Yeah.
it's always really interesting with like, especially like belonging outside belonging games and some other games that I've been playing where it's less structured. It's really helped me with being more in the moment of the games and less in the like, oh, I've got an action, a bonus action, and a
Yeah.
reaction. What am
I
I
mean,
going
we
to do
didn't-
on my
Mhm.
turn? Right?
None of us
Like,
made a single move
and
at
that-
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
mention
Yeah.
that
All
also.
game.
Thanks, Kayla.
That
Yeah,
is
we didn't
so
make-
true. That is so
None of
true.
us. We played the
Kayla-
settings and that was it.
Yeah. Right. Kayla, I think when we've played Belonging Outside of Belonging games and we do flashbacks, I don't think we normally use the moves.
Yeah.
Do we? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't remember ever using any of the moves.
I think sometimes we also,
Flashbacks.
in general, forget to use moves. I think other people play these
Because we
games.
get so invested in the story.
Yeah.
We use
Right.
the
Yeah.
moves a lot more often than some one or two plays actual plays I've watched.
Yeah. Well, I felt for me in particular, I couldn't because it's
You weren't the
me.
You weren't
ghost.
dead yet.
Exactly.
I
It
have
wasn't
them.
me
Yeah.
being dead. It was
I'm not dead yet.
it's me being alive. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. No, and I'm actually thinking about like this session, and I really like where we came to and hearing what other people are saying with like the way that we decided to play it out, that like all the other characters are seeing what's happening in each of these flashbacks, right?
Yeah.
Because that has to do with connection and perception and point of view and emotions and all of those different things. And that's something I often talk about, like perception in general, right? Like two people can see the same event and have two different takeaways of it, and I'm really interested in this idea of like using this game, like using this idea in the work that we do of how do you get people to find more connection with each other.
Well, empathy building and perspective taking, and
Yeah.
there's a lot that
Mhm.
just happened in that what we just created.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we developed like layers of richness,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know, that
I-
we're gonna bring to our scene when we're all together.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really great. I think the finale is gonna be fantastic. I also realized that Lucian and Alex know each other.
We do?
Yes, we have that set up. I think I was one of your relationship questions. I just
Oh, what do we put? I'm gonna
Rem-
look at the
I know.
seating chart we made
It's like-
ages ago now.
dang. Yeah, it's like we have like we're cordial with each other, but we can't be complete friends because our
Oh,
parents
right.
like your dad does stuff with my mom, but it's like on the down low. Yeah. I forgot about that. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about
that's
that.
right. Like we were gonna
Mhm.
be like nah, we can't really hang out because
Right.
of our parents.
And
Yeah.
partly also, it's okay that in 6 or 7 game sessions, we're not going to touch half the stuff we set up.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
We're talking about this. Something else that we were talking about our other games. We're
Yeah,
not
I was. Lucian's just been playing it as like they don't know Alex really, but that's not necessarily the case.
Right. Well, because the whole thing is that you got turned down for being in the gang. So forget that.
Mm.
But it's,
Right. I
it
wouldn't
is
let I
being-
wouldn't let you be part of my crew or something. You were
Mhm.
There was something. There was something. Yeah.
I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot that there's like Callie acknowledges my dominance I haven't written down.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
she's like, oh, he's an alpha.
Mhm.
Commands
Oh,
attention, right?
Yeah, I wonder
Mhm.
what Callie's gonna think now after
You
he's
ain't no alpha.
sobbing in the bathtub. Sobbing in the bathtub with her friend Callie. Cass.
Mhm.
Yeah. Interesting.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. It's a lot of fun.
Let's go back to ourselves or our player selves. So we'll say our character names followed by our player names, and everybody repeats them.
I've been playing Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
And I am Dustin. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Night,
Dustin.
Dustin.
I've been playing Enid.
Enid.
Hi,
Enid.
Enid.
How you doing?
Good night, Sunil.
Good night.
Good
Sunil.
night,
Sunil.
Sunil. I would have been playing Callie tonight.
Hello, would have been
Hi.
Callie.
Hi,
Good night,
Callie.
Callie.
Hi, pseudo Callie.
And I'm Lara.
Good night,
Good night,
Laura.
Good night,
Good night,
Lara.
Lara. You're more playing Jasmine.
Right.
The friend with the muscles.
Yeah.
My character is Chloe,
Hi, Chloe.
Hey,
Hi,
Chloe.
Chloe.
and my name is Menachem.
Good night,
Good night,
Menachem.
Menachem.
My character is Lucian,
Hey,
Lucian.
Lucian.
Hi, Lucian.
Hi, Lucian.
and I'm Kayla.
Good night,
Good
Kayla.
night,
Good
Kayla.
night,
Kayla.
Kayla.
Good night, anyone who's watching out there.
Yes, good night, viewers.
Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
Good night, good night.
Do 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 do.